who I am and what's been going on with this opportunity, and to see if this thing can make sense for you guys. Obviously, we have something that's working, and I wouldn't take the time and take my money and spend it to come all the way out here from Florida and from California. And I'm serious about building this business because I've seen what's happened on the West Coast. I've seen how big this thing has gotten in California, and we're excited about building this thing out in Florida, a huge market. And obviously we have some of the right people on board, and I think this thing's just ready to explode and really take on a new phase of momentum. But really quickly, my name's Adam Wenig, like I said, 20 years old, from California. And background, I was going to this school called Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, which is one of the hardest schools to get into in California. It was a prestigious business and engineering school, but for me, I saw kids that were smarter than me in my fraternity that were graduating from college, and they're going back home, living with mom and pops, working in the restaurant and retail industry, and that's not something that I was really excited about. I wasn't excited about going and working in a cubicle or going to corporate America and working a 9 to 5. And making like $50,000 a year. And I don't know where any of you guys are at, but I was at a point in my life where I needed some sort of financial change. I was stuck financially. I was a broke college student, like I think so many of us are, and I really needed change. So I don't know where you're at, but maybe you're looking for some sort of change, and I think this is something that could definitely help you guys out if you decide to make this a little bit of a priority. And for me, I had to change some of my habits. Like I said, I was in a fraternity. I had to put down the booze, and I had to stop hanging out with all my friends that were playing video games and not doing a whole lot. And I had to get serious about making money. But I'll break it down to you guys why you got to have an open mind. When you're looking at this opportunity, I think it makes sense, especially with young people. If you look at the traditional way we've been taught how to make money is what? Go to school, get good grades, build a resume, go get a job, and work at that job. Nobody's ever told you to go run a business, or that's not what I was traditionally taught. But I saw that you have to have an open mind in a down economy, and I think that in the 21st century, if you look at what's going on with online trends, with online businesses, everything's online now. And then you look at the huge trends of social networking, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and how big those are getting. We've basically combined a product, and we've used that social platform for a way where we can team up and make money together. But if you look at it, like I said, I saw a lot of my friends were graduating from college and were struggling to get on their feet financially. 55% of kids that graduated from colleges with degrees last year in America are currently unemployed. Number two, student loan debt's now the #1 debt in America. So a lot of my friends were graduating, not getting the type of jobs that they wanted, and they're bogged down in student loan debts, and they're working for like $10 an hour, not really happy about that. So my story, basically, I started studying wealth, and I saw that 3% of the population owns 97% of all the wealth. So me thinking, I was like, well, I should probably study that 3%, see what they're doing. And my dad referred me to this book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And then I started reading a bunch of books from successful people. I read this book called Think and Grow Rich, which totally changed my paradigm and how I thought about making money. But the main thing that they talked about is the 3% that owns all the money in this country run their own business. But when I looked at it, I was like, well, how can I start my own business? I'm 19 years old at the time. I don't have a ton of money. I don't have a family trust. I don't have a fat checking account. I can't go out there and start up a traditional business. And I looked at it, to start up a McDonald's franchise is over $1 million. A Subway franchise is like $250,000, and we were just up in Orlando, and this older couple got up and told their story. They started opening a video game shop, and it cost them $250,000 just to get in the door. So I was like, well, I want that 3% lifestyle, but I don't have that type of money to go start up a business. So when I saw social network marketing and I saw Vemma, I got excited about this business. I saw that it was working for other kids. I saw that this could happen for me if I just decided to make a little bit of a priority in my life. And that's really why I flew out here to share with you guys. If it's working for all of us out in California, and if you saw how big this thing is out there, you'd be like, yeah, dude, I'm getting on board with this thing because I know how huge this is going to be. But really, if the timing's not right for you guys, then no hard feelings. Nobody's here to be weird. I'm not here to sell you Verve and Vemma. If you don't like it, you try the product and you don't like it, no hard feelings. The timing's wrong, sorry. But we're here, we're excited about this thing, and I think it's really about to pop off. But really quickly, a little background about the company, and I'll wrap it up, and we'll have a couple of these guys get up and speak, because they're really the reason why I'm at where I'm at today, because their hard work and the people that they have become. But basically, the company is called Vemma. Vemma started 8 years ago out in Scottsdale, Arizona, and the reason that they got started was because they had a major nutritional discovery. There's a 2-ounce liquid vitamin supplement called Vemma. It's an acronym, VEMMA. Stands for Vitamins, Essential Minerals, Mangosteen, and Aloe. Okay, so I saw, since I've been in the business for a little bit longer, I saw people my parents' age drinking this liquid vitamin supplement and having good results on it from a health standpoint. It was clinically proven to increase your immune system function and decrease blood pressure, cholesterol, and inflammation. So I wasn't a huge health guy, but I saw that Dr. Oz had Vemma, the liquid vitamin supplement, recommended in Esquire magazine, and Men's Journal rated it best overall supplement. So for me, I was like, okay, the product sounds good, but I'm not going to go out there and spend money on a liquid vitamin supplement. I don't really have health problems. But about 15 months ago, my friend Patrick Comer, an older dude in my fraternity, introduced me to this product called those orange cans that if you haven't gotten a chance to try, you got to try them. They're pretty good. But basically, they took that Vema formula, they threw 2 ounces of it into an energy drink and added natural caffeine, and now we have an energy drink that's blowing up in high schools and colleges all over the world, actually. We have a team in Mexico and a team in Amsterdam that's really starting to take off now, too. So from a product standpoint, I was like, okay, the product tastes good, number one. Number two, I like the way that I feel on the product because our bodies aren't used to all that nutrition. We eat crap foods for the most part and it has no nutritional value. So when I started consuming Verve on a daily basis, I was like, yeah, I noticed that I feel a lot better. So from a product standpoint, like I said, I was on board. I saw that Dr. Oz also had Verve on his show twice in the past year. And the Phoenix Suns made it their official energy drink, and they built like a 350-person Verve nightclub in their arena, where if you're a brand partner, you can go to the game for free, and Verve's all over the stadium. So for me, I was like, all right, the product sounds good. I like the way it tastes. But my buddy told me about the business aspect. He's like, dude, it's like social network marketing. Just take your friends and funnel them into this business. And he told me there's these kids at Arizona State University named Alex Morton, Josh Noble, and Kaylee Warren who got a hold of this energy drink company and we're making like $1,000 a week. And we're company paid for BMWs and Mercedes. So when I first heard that, I was like, I don't really believe it. I'm skeptical because I've never seen young people make that type of money. And I thought you had to be a doctor or lawyer, honestly, to drive that type of car. So I was skeptical, but I saw it starting to work for my buddy, and I'm like, well, I'm not gonna miss out on a huge opportunity, just because I'm skeptical. I'm gonna, at least give this thing a try. And the business made sense to me. The whole concept is really pretty simple, and I think that as time is changing and technology is changing, the way that money is being made is changing. And the simple concept is that they spend no money on traditional forms of advertisements, commercials, billboards, celebrity endorsements. Red Bull did $5 billion in sales last year and spent $1 billion on sending that guy to the moon and showing him doing backflips. So none of that money went back into the hands of the consumer. So what Vema does is they simply decide to save that money and spend it on people that consume their products. So for me, I was like, dude, this is a no-brainer. Okay, it's not like I have to go out there and spend a shitload of money on this product. It's just, hey, stop drinking Starbucks, stop drinking soda and energy drinks before we go out and party, because number one, that stuff's not healthy for us. And number two, it doesn't matter if I get all you guys to drink Starbucks, I don't get paid a dime. Or if I get all you guys to drink Red Bull, I don't get paid anything. So the concept was simple for me. It was just transfer of dollars. Just stop spending money on that crap. Just drink Verve and Vema instead. And I could get this business model for free. And the best part about it that I liked is that there was no limits. You could go out there and make whatever type of money you wanted. So the concept's simple, dude. You're building a social network. It's word of mouth. It's not put in stores. Okay, it's an online business. All you have to do to get started is order product. There's no startup fees. There's no membership kits or anything weird like that. It's just order the product, just like anything offline. If you order a pair of shoes from Amazon, it ships directly to your front doorstep, and use the shoes. Same thing with Vema. You order offline, ships directly to your front doorstep, and you use the product, you can get to share it with people. Now you also get the business opportunity at the same time. Now, instead of, when we built the social network, if you look at Mark Zuckerberg and how he built Facebook and all these other different social platforms, it wasn't through commercials and billboards, and it wasn't through people our parents' age, it was mainly through college and high school students that blew up Facebook. And instead of when we tell people about Facebook and we get all our friends on board, and him making like $25 billion, when we grow our social network, so we all know different people. Yeah, there's a lot of people in this room, but you guys probably know people in different schools in different areas all over the states and probably in different countries too. Well, the concept is that, this thing's going to get big if we take that same model. So really it's simple, and I'll break the numbers down, and I want you guys to focus on this if you focus on anything. Just focus on the numbers of what it takes, of how you can make an extra $1,000 a month, or how that could turn into $1,000 a week like some of these guys, and how it's happened for them, and how you could get into a new car if you decide to make this thing a little bit of a priority. But it's simple, you just decide how much product you want to order when you get started. You can order 2 cases of product, or you can order a silver pack. I'd probably say like 95% of the people in this room start off on this thing called a silver builder pack for 2 reasons. All my friends are like, if I get involved in this business, I want to know how to make my money back real quick. I'm like, all right, start off on a silver pack. There's this thing called the frenzy bonus. When you get 3 friends involved in 1 week to see what you see and get a silver pack, you make $700. So I know there's a lot of people in this room who get 6 people on board and